Another device that Trump used a lot in his speech is repetition. Here is the first example.
Johnson & Johnson is doing very well, Moderna is doing very well, Pfizer is doing very well, and we have...
As you can see, the phrase is doing very well is repeated 3 times. The type of repetition here is called epitrophy, the repetition of a word or phrase at the end of successive sentences or clause. In his speech, Trump mentioned Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, and Pfizer are 3 companies that have produced coronavirus vaccine. By giving specific company names and repeating is doing very well, Trump claims that the vaccines are being successfully developed by lots of companies and the coronavirus will no longer be a concern for the US in the future. Let's move on to the second example.
There was a spike in Florida, and it's now gone. There was a very big spike in Texas, it's now gone. There was a very big spike in Arizona, it's now gone. And there are some spikes and surges in other places, they will soon be gone. We have a vaccine.
There were a spike and is now gone are 2 repeated phrases. The type of repetition here is called simplose. This is a combination of anaphora and epitrophies. One word or phrase is repeated at the beginning of a line and another at the end. As you can see, Trump shows confidence and certainty on what he is mentioning. With this device, Trump wants to prove that his plans to fight against the coronavirus have done very well and emphasize that the US can completely control the pandemic. By repeating the 2 phrases, Trump aims to reaffirm his points so that his speech could be more persuasive as well as easily stick in people's minds. So, after looking at 2 typical examples of repetition used by President Donald Trump, we can conclude that the effectiveness of this rhetorical device are attract people's attention, make speech become more powerful and persuasive, emphasize a point and make a speech easier to follow, reinforce the overall message to convince people of their truth.